I'm your host Ethan, and I'd like to welcome you back to Porfiro, a radio show brought to you by WMHD.
You pull yourself together and get out of bed. Blech, it's 4 a.m. Why is life so shitty? You take your medication and vitamins and shave. Might as well start your day. You get papers from your mailbox. Not as many as usual. You suppose some must be delivered morning of, and head to the library. Oh, Antigone's here. You feel like you should be surprised, but you're not.
Antigone?
She looks up, then looks at the clock.
Hey, kiddo. What brings you here at this hour?
I had the wasting disease when I was little. Sometimes I still get sick and have to take the stuff that keeps me up.
She gives you a concerned look.
I'm not contagious. It just happens sometimes.
No, it's just... your face is red. Are you okay?
You put your stuff down and look at the table. She has her lab notebook in front of her. Almost everything she's written there is crossed out. She's taped extra papers into it, which are also full of crossouts.
I think I'm doing a lot better than you. How are you?
Thanks for asking. How are you, kiddo?
Does that mean bad?
She sighs again and slumps back in her chair.
Excuse me for complaining, but yes. This lab is a fucking dumpster fire. Life is a fucking dumpster fire, and the smoke of her goes ever fucking upward.
Oh.
At a loss for words, you reach over awkwardly and pat her hand. Well, poke her hand. You're pretty timid about it. But she smiles.
Is it like stupid or something?
Her smile turns sad and she sits back up.
No, I just don't understand it. I've been here all night trying.
Oh, that's really shitty.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'm a morning person. I'll get a second wind soon. At least, that's what I tell myself.
She reaches into her backpack and fishes out a bottle of red sick person drink. She offers it to you with a very sad smile. You accept, reluctantly. It's so gross. And she puts her hand on your back. Ugh, does this mean she expects you to drink it now? Ew. You unscrew the cap and take a sip.
You gonna be alright, kiddo?
I already am.
She nods and her smile gets sadder.
Good. You work with Martin every day, don't you, kiddo?
Pretty much.
Can I ask you a question?
You just did, but sure.
Was he really upset with me? For the stuff I said the other day?
Not really.
Fuck, she looks tired.
Why ask?
I was wondering if I should say something to him.
Whoa, weird. She doesn't even look angry as she says this. She just looks embarrassed. And expectant. Aw, shit, probably because she expects some sort of answer. Quick, think.
I guess...
She looks more expectant. Shit, you were really hoping that would cut it.
I guess he might like that. I probably would if I were you.
Oh good, she doesn't get mad at you. Instead, she lets her face fall onto the table and moans.
Ugh. Porfiro. I feel like shit.
You, detecting an opportunity, extend the bottle of red drink to her.
Do you want the rest of this?
No thanks, kiddo. I'll just get more.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Because there's no time in my life for a real meal, so I have to live off fucking red sugar water because fuck me!
You, a little scared, extend the red drink again.
Really? You can just take this one.
She gives you a sad look.
No, kiddo, don't you worry about me. Things are okay, I'll look after you.
You almost tell her you don't need looking after. But, thank God, you realize that's a bad move before the words leave your mouth. Surely she said that for her own sake. But she does look after you. She finds you the rest of your papers to grade. She keeps you supplied with tea and pastries, which you gobble up eagerly as your medication starts working and you feel better. And she gives you a brave little smile every time you make eye contact. By the time the sun's up, this has all emboldened you to ask something.
Why do you hate Martin?
What? I don't hate Martin.
You told him to fuck himself in front of the entire library.
That was just for being stupid. It doesn't mean I hate him.
Okay.
You bounce your knees. Your meds haven't kicked in, you're feeling very twitchy.
I actually admire Martin very much. Not just because he had the good judgment required to win Carmen's hand. Martin's insightful and intellectually honest. A rare light of rationality in the dark of cruelty and madness. Well, relative rationality. You know, he once stole a thermometer from the chem labs to use in his kitchen. It wasn't even an expensive one. I think he just took it for the thrills. They'd have given it to him if he asked.
You find yourself absolutely spent at the end of the day. Getting up at 4 isn't your thing. You stand up and sigh. Antigone gives you a glare.
What?
Now, kiddo, don't you crap out on Martin now.
I wasn't planning on it.
Good. Because you have a duty to him and to society that supersedes any passing fatigue or...
Look, Antigone, if you feel guilty, you can just talk to him.
Ah, good old sleep deprivation, making you say such smart things. You worry she'll scream at you, but she settles for flipping you off and returning to her studies. You go to Martin's place. The rush of twitchiness from your meds having gone, you sag against the doorframe and long for sleep. Martin opens the door and yelps when he sees you so close.
Whoa! Sorry, you scared me. Are you okay?
Yeah. I was sick when I was little. Sometimes I still get sick from it, and I have to take stuff that keeps me up, and...
Oh, right, I've read about things like that.
Long silence. He looks at you like he expects you to talk, but talking is work.
How... Is there anything I can do for you, kid?
Can I lay on the couch?
Of course. Come on in.
He takes your raincoat. You faceplant in the upholstery and sleep straight through to the morning. It smells like breakfast. And somebody's tucked you under a nice, fuzzy blanket. It's so fuzzy. And... holy fucking shit, you forgot to call Johnny. You bolt upright and stumble towards the breakfast smells. Carmen and Martin are at the stove. They're looking at each other, which somehow makes you feel shy.
Good morning?
Carmen turns to you and gives you a big smile.
Hey there, Porfiro. It's good to see you up and about. Breakfast?
Actually, could I use your phone? I always call Johnny at night, and I forgot yesterday. So, he's probably judging me by now.
I don't think he's doing anything right now, kid. It's 5:30.
Ew, you got up at 5:30? Gross.
Still, he stays up late sometimes, and I don't want him to think I forgot.
But you did forget until now. Ow! Carmen, what was that for?
I love you, sweetheart.
I love you too, but I don't think you'd like it if I kicked back, would you?
No, I'd win in the end. These heels got stuck in an escalator and survived.
Liar.
He smiles big at the stove and pokes a spatula around the inside of a pan. Carmen turns back to you.
Anyway, dear, go ahead and use the phone.
The adults grin at each other in a way that thoroughly embarrasses you. You slip away to the phone quickly. Martin comes running over. He's in his big-sleeved robe, and it's quite a sight as he hurries over to your table. Stars glitter in his sleeves and hat. Antigone tries to hide behind her typewriter.
Hey, kid! I've got something to show you.
He puts his hand on your shoulder. A tiny voice inside you wails in protest to him calling you a kid in front of the entire library.
Antigone, can I steal him for a few minutes?
Certainly.
Great. Come on, Porfiro.
And he pulls you to the seismograph in the middle of the library. He picks up the paper it's spitting out and gestures to it with great enthusiasm.
Check it out. Crisis averted. Good job, Martin.
He makes another emphatic gesture.
But it's all in a day's work for heroic Martin. See this part of the graph where the waves all get bigger? This is where we almost lost a quarter inch of altitude in 10 minutes. But who fixed it? That's right, we actually gained that back and more just this morning. I'm so proud of myself.
You look between the paper and him, trying not to crack up.
Yeah, Martin. Great job.
Thanks, kid.
He smiles even more brightly than he was already smiling.
Here, look at this part. This is where
And he fills you in on the events of his day. You're pleased with yourself because you understand a lot of it. Afterward, he starts back toward your table, and you follow. Antigone stares at him with terror in her eyes. You peek at Martin's face to see if he's noticed. Looks like he hasn't. You lean in to whisper.
Is she, okay?
Oh, probably. As okay as she ever is. Poor Antigone, she always has something going on.
You arrive at the table, Antigone staring the whole time, and he pats your shoulder.
You have a good day, kid. I'll see you tonight.
Yeah, you too.
Alright, bye you guys.
Then Martin leaves. You turn to Antigone, whose eyes are now so wide that you're kind of impressed.
Huh.
She glares at you.
What do you mean, huh?
Did you want to say something to him?
No,
Well, why not?
because what would I even say?
Just say what you told me last night. I don't hate you, Martin. You're a rare light of normalness in the crazy darkness. I'm sorry I told you to go fuck yourself.
She blushes scarlet and looks away.
That's not what I said, and you know it.
Yeah, it was. The whole library heard, "Oh, go fuck yourself, Martin." You were super loud.
No, I mean, I didn't call him a rare light of normalness in the crazy darkness. I said... never mind. And I didn't say I was sorry either. I stand by the fuck yourself.
What? Why? That was insane!
She draws herself up.
No, it wasn't. It was completely warranted given the... Well... Fine. But he's gone now, and we have tons of work to do.
Actually, I could go get him if...
No, that is not your priority, kiddo.
It'll take 10 seconds. 15 if you keep arguing with me.
She gives you a particularly intense glare and brandishes her slide rule.
Please don't.
And she starts in on some calculation. Well, she seems to. You're 90% sure she's faking.
Thank you for tuning in. Porfiro was written and directed by Joy Stockwell Carpenter, script editing by Nicholas Carpenter. Our beta readers were Rhea Carlson and Alyssa Russell. The audio post-production is done by Ethan Townsend. Our narrator is Natalie Beatty. This episode featured Eli Fritz as Porfiro, Anastasia Zellner as Antigone, Riley Valier as Martin, and Alyssa Russell as Carmen.